Okay, I got it. I got you. Hello. Hello, whoever that is. Yeah. Ooh, look at there. Few flowers. A few flowers. Happy Monday, y'all. Happy money making Monday. Happy holiday money making Monday. Happy holiday money making Monday. Holiday money. Happy holiday money making Monday. Have you guys do you guys have any extra cash for the holidays? Or are you spent out already? Are you spent out already? Let me know. Leave it in the comments. Or when the live is, leave it in the comments section. Let me know if you guys are still spending money. And if you are spending money, are you also simultaneously making money? Because that's a definite. We need to simultaneously always be making money for spending money, right? Especially during the holidays. Especially during the holidays. Because even if you aren't going out there breaking the bank and buying a lot of gifts for different people, you're probably buying extra groceries. Maybe not everybody, but a lot of people. Thank you for that thumbs up. I appreciate you. Maybe not everybody, but a lot of us are spending more money during the holidays. Even if we're not like shopping for gifts. Even if we're not spending on gifts. And some people spend on decorations. So even if you aren't spending on decorations, I think, I might be wrong, but I think most of us eat more during the holidays. What do you think? What do you guys think? And I'm not just talking about the day of. I'm talking about leading up to the holidays. Sorry, y'all, that's a loud truck. Hey, Miss Jazzy. Hey, Lance Pride, finally caught alive. How have you been? I've been good. How have you been? Talking about these holidays coming up. Like, are we spending? And if so, are we making sure that we're continuing to make money? Okay, he had a little music on. Y'all know they'll get you with their copyright. Doing wonderful things. That's good. That is so good. You know how we spend during the holidays? A lot of us do. But some of us we just spend like I think some people save up, throughout the year. They do a lot of things. Some people just shop for the holidays of the year. Like they shop for things that don't go out of style or out of fashion or, things that don't get old. So that when the holidays come, their shopping is like minimum to none. I'm finishing my shopping already. Yes. Yes. Okay. I think a lot of people do that. They shop throughout the year for things that like don't go out of style or don't go out of fashion. And that way during the holiday season, they either A, don't have to shop at all really, besides like the groceries, or B, they have to shop very little. They shop very little. Okay, I had to mute for a minute because he was playing some real popular music, okay? Yeah, Miss Jazzy, a lot of people do that. They purchase gifts that people can use year round and that they can use for years. So I love those type of items, especially cooking items, home decor, items like that. Items that you can use in your car, those type of things. A lot of the things that you can use around the house. Yeah, you know, so a lot of times people purchase throughout the year, and sometimes people kind of save throughout the year, and then around November, maybe October, November, they start doing their Christmas shopping then. So I kind of do a combination. And some people wait till the last minute. I'm more of that wait till the last minute person, but I also do the kind of year round, and then I save up a little bit so that I can do a little bit more, October, November, December. But look, and I ain't gonna even lie to you, I'm last minute, but I like being last minute. I always wait for certain things to the last minute. I think those are the items that I wait for the last minute for, like just little knickknacks. If I've already gotten somebody a gift, I might pick up something else smaller to kind of attach to it, to go along with it, to throw together. Yes, they're reasonably priced as well, exactly. And sometimes you can get, you don't have to just buy things like winter items. Like you said, you can be things that people can use for years. They can use it any season, winter, spring, summer, fall. So I like buying that kind of stuff. So I guess I do the combination. I know, like I said, a lot of people do it throughout the year. A lot of people just save throughout the year, and like October, November, December, they shop. And then some people just wait till the last minute. And I think I'm a combination of all three. I'm a combination of all three. I used to wait till the last minute, but that changed 2 years ago. Really? Why did you change, Miss Jazzy? Did you just get tired of, like, maybe not finding certain things? Or did you just get tired of just waiting till the last minute? Like, were you still able to find what you needed, but you just got tired of waiting till the last minute? Or did you realize that the more you wait till the last minute, the less likely you are to find what you really want? I think that's why I do a combination. I know what I want to get, cool, right? And so once I know that, if there's something else I want to get, I just add on. I add on. I like to relax and know it's done. Yeah, right. I'm starting to get that way, but guess what? This year, I saved, but I have waited till the last minute. I saved, but I have waited till the last minute. And I do have a few things. But tell me this, Miss Jazzy. Do you recycle gifts? Like when because this is what, November 18th. So the holiday parties, the Christmas parties are about to start, like at the jobs and stuff. They're about to start like early December. Because most places, the week before Christmas, they know that people are busy. People are having family get-togethers. Families coming to town. You're just kind of having more activities amongst your family and really, really close friends. So a lot of times the Christmas party for work and other things, civic organizations, they'll be at the beginning of December. So it's like, I enjoy that so that we can kind of relax closer to the holiday. You've never had to recycle gifts? Look, Miss Jazzy, let me tell you. I've gotten gifts before from jobs that were really great gifts. And sometimes it's like a food box, like a good food box, like a really good food box. Something like that. Food that maintains, food that what do you call it? Oh my God, dry goods and like cheeses and things like that. certain types of packaged meats, which, I mean, it's processed, but hey, it's the holidays. They're specifically made for the holiday season. So I have gotten those things before, and guess what? I gave them to somebody else. Because that saved me a little bit of money. Non-perishable, non-perishable. Right, right. So that's exactly what I was trying to say. So I have saved a little bit of money doing that. Kind of just not recycling, meaning that I used it. But I mean, like, I need a better word for that too. It's brand new. And maybe you won it at the Christmas party at work, or at the Christmas party that the local, that your church threw, or something like that, you know, some civic organization. Maybe they had a Christmas party. So that's what I mean when I say recycle. Not old used stuff, y'all. Not old used stuff. Because nobody wants recycled Christmas gifts, okay? Nobody. Not even kids. Don't be doing that as kids for those kids either. I can remember getting a recycled gift from a kid. I was so mad I didn't know what to do. Yeah, my mom started to go to the school. Because that was the one thing. That was the one thing. We weren't rich, but if we pull names, if she gave us permission to pull names, she expected to have to, you know, get something nice. And so she expected for us to have something nice in return. And you know, at school you pull names, and usually the person who gets the best gifts, or the people who get the best gifts, the gift that they give is like trash. The gift that they give is like trash. I can remember somebody giving me a frog, like a porcelain frog that they had gotten from home, and that they just wrapped, like their parent just wrapped it up. And you could tell it had been sitting at their house. It wasn't new. My mom, like, you know how dads are kind of easygoing. They're like, oh, I'll go get you something. That's not it, Dad. Yeah, I don't even know what that is. I don't even think that's a motorcycle. It's horrible. But anyway, that's not the problem, Daddy. The problem is when you go to school and you buy these gifts and you exchange them with people, and you know that your parents spent whatever the max was. And back then, it was probably like for elementary school. In elementary school, you notice a difference because what, you're 4 or 5 when you start school. So by then you've had a couple of Christmases. You know, babies don't really, they just got toys. It's just like another day to them, you know. But once they start to hear Christmas at 1, 2, and 3, around 4, kids want a nice gift. Kids want to know what they're getting for Christmas, and kids want a nice gift. Now, if you're like 4 or 5, like Head Start, preschool, or kindergarten, and you don't get a good gift, guess what? You're gonna feel that it's not good. And even if you don't feel it, guess who's gonna know it? The other kids. The other kids. So even if you have a child who you haven't just like pushed to acknowledge what a gift is supposed to be, or how nice a gift should be, and you know, that's just by teaching them to give nice things, right? You don't really have to teach them by having them to expect nice things. You teach them by having them give nice things. So if you have hey April Showers Network says hello everyone. Hey April, welcome to the chat. So if you have taught your kids what Christmas is about, around 4, kids know what's good and what's not. So I always used to be like, why do parents allow their kids to participate in pulling names if they know they're not going to get a good gift? Now, if the parents didn't know they were pulling names, that's different. But even if my parents didn't know we were pulling names and we ended up pulling names, they're going to get something nice. They're going to get something nice. And like I said, back then when we were kids, a nice gift costed like $5. $5. That might have been the maximum on the gift. The gift was like $5. Yes, they do know that. Yeah, they'll know the difference. So, you know, like I said, if you're a baby up to maybe 3, to them, I think the Christmas, the part that resonates with them is the decorations and the lights and stuff. And then probably like around 2, they're gonna notice, okay, this day happened. And then by the time they're 3, okay, because they start to notice that if it's the birthday, kids don't know nothing about birthday party. You know, kids don't be knowing, but we put that in them. We instill it in them, like even maybe with the first birthday. Okay, they just know a happy times. They just know it's a happy time. They know about fun and playing and happy times. But as far as like the gift giving, you know, when you're a year old, your parents have been buying you gifts probably every week anyway. You know, so when your birthday comes, they just know that they get a lot of them. So when they turn 2, it still might not quite resonate, but it does like just a little bit more. But let me tell you, by 3, these little toddlers are running around talking about, what I'm getting for Christmas? What I'm getting for Christmas? It's my birthday, mommy. So if you're 4 or 5, then kids know by then. So parents, listen. Now, I know sometimes the teachers may not let you know that they're pulling names. But nowadays, I think mostly everybody knows, they know how it goes. Teachers, let your parents know. And parents, if you don't want to purchase anything, don't participate. Now, that's not going to be good for your child either, because they're going to feel left out. But what can also be hurtful to another child is if you go and buy a gift that's not quality. You know, you go and buy a gift that's not quality. That's not fair. Because, like, when I got that frog, okay, had to miss that copyright again, y'all. Okay, so if you receive the gift by 4 or 5, you know, I ain't gonna even, I'm just gonna keep it real, because kids keep it real, right? You know it's trash. Like, you know if it's a trash gift. And even if you don't acknowledge it because you don't want to hurt the person's feelings, guess what? All the other kids ain't gonna care, they're gonna hurt feelings. So it's like the child who receives the gift is mad and a little bit embarrassed with through no fault of their own. They shouldn't be embarrassed. They should be mad. But at the same time, they're a little bit embarrassed because they're going to get tired of hearing all the other little kids laugh and talk about it. The child who bought it is definitely going to be embarrassed. So don't let your kids get embarrassed, okay? Because, like I said, 9 times out of 10, hey, Kid Kendrick and more, welcome into the chat. How you doing? How you doing? 9 times out of 10, whoever brought a bad gift is going to receive a really good gift. Have y'all noticed that? Usually, and that's even into adulthood, because adults do it too. They don't just send their kids to a party or a gift exchange with bad gifts. They'll do it too. They'll do it too. So they'll come in with the worst gift possible and then leave with like one of the top 3 gifts. Yeah, that makes me so mad. That just grinds my gears. And I'm like, so for the kids, the person who got the bad gift, like the year I got that used porcelain frog, I was mad as fire. I was hot, y'all. And the other kids were laughing, but they weren't laughing at me. They were laughing at the person that gave it to me. So, and they was like, they shouldn't have did that. And they was like, but they were laughing at them. So if you know that you cannot participate, let me tell you, it's best that you don't participate. And I know you want to give your child something so that they can participate, but if you don't have the funds, if you don't have the money, don't do it. Don't do it. It'll be better off for them not to participate. Yeah, I know people will look kind of like, well, why don't they have something? But I'd rather them look like that than to look like your mom and your dad sent a trash gift. Like they sent a trash gift. Because even when kids don't participate, most teachers who can afford to, and even some who can't afford to, they make sure that the ones who didn't participate, that they get something. They make sure that they get something. So that's good. So listen, if you can't participate, I know it makes your child, you thinking your child's going to feel bad, but think about the next person's child too. If you can't participate, yes, that's going to make your child feel bad, but you can educate, and that's a teaching moment, a teachable moment for you to just let your child know that you can't always afford to do what everybody else does. Don't make it an embarrassing moment for the next child. Don't make it an embarrassing moment for the next child, because that's exactly what you're doing. So, but back to us adults. For you guys who are spending a lot of money, whether it's on gift buying, decorations, or food. Like I said, most of us, we spend more food. Even if we don't do a lot of gift buying or gift exchanges, we spend more food during the holidays. So what are we doing to replace that money? On this money making Monday, holiday money making Monday, what are we doing to replace that money? Now we can use those credit cards and just have ourselves a new bill for a few months. Some people do it that way. Some people pick up an extra money-making hobby. Some people get a second job. Some people get a seasonal job. How many of you guys get seasonal jobs? Like you have a full-time job, but if you want to make a little bit of extra money, you get a seasonal job. Do any of you do that? Let me check these messages. Okay, because I saw Miss Key Kitchen come in, and I hope she heard me speak to her, because I don't know if she's still here or not. But again, y'all, check out these recipes. I told y'all the last live to go over there and check out Miss Key Kitchen. She had a sweet potato pie recipe. It's really simple. It's really quick. It's really easy. I use that same recipe myself because it's so quick and easy. Because my mom used to do it because it was so easy. It was so simple and you have most of the products at home. Especially if you bake a lot anyway, you have most of the products at home. So you may have to go buy the pie crust, of course, but it's the holiday season, so you expect to buy the pie crust. But like my mom will make sweet potato pies any time of the year. So a lot of the products that you need for that recipe, you probably have it at home. So look for good recipes that are good, quick, easy, and simple, but also delicious, okay? Also delicious. Y'all look at the legs move. I think I forgot to tell you guys to look at the legs move. One step in front of the other, okay? Left, 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 right, left. Look at those legs move, and hopefully watching my legs move will encourage you and motivate you to move your legs, okay? For at least 30 minutes a day, each day of the week, 7 days a week. There is nothing wrong with cardio 7 days a week. Don't most of us get up and move around during the day, every day? So there's nothing wrong with 30 minutes of straight cardio, okay? It can be walking. Walking is a craze, but it doesn't have to be walking. It can be skipping, jogging, running, skating, get up and dancing, walking in place, right? Mountain climbing if you have mountains in your area, right? Jumping rope, using your stepper, like your mini stepper, the ones that you stick your feet in, but you can also use aerobic step platform. You can use that as well. You can go swimming, right? You can go ride your bicycle around the neighborhood. Make sure that you're padded up, okay? Okay, head, shoulders, knees, and toes. Head, shoulders, knees, and toes. Make sure that you're padded up, okay? You can get on your treadmill inside. If you don't like to go outside, you can get on your treadmill, right? You can get on your indoor bike, your stationary bike. You can get on your elliptical. I've just named 15 things that you can do. 15 things that you can do. You can walk around your home, outside the perimeter of your home. If you want to go outside, it's a little bit cold, a little bit hot, you want to be close to home, walk around the perimeter of your home, okay? Okay, and then if you want to go a little bit further, but still be close to home, walk around the block. Walk around the block. Stay close to home. You don't have to go to a gym. You don't have to go to the park, but you can. You can get out there and go to the park, get some fresh air. You want to take some deep breaths in and out. In and out. And you want to be brisk with your walk. You want to make your walk count, okay? You want to put that, like I said, left, 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 right, left. You don't have to walk extremely fast, but be brisk. Put some pep in your step, okay? Make your workout count. Make your activity count, okay? And you want to move those joints, okay? You want to move those joints. You want to move those joints because the more you move those joints, the more synovial fluid you create, which lubricates the joints. Even if you have certain health conditions, right? Just move those joints within reason. as determined by your health condition, your health situation. Move your joints within reason, and your body will still make that synovial fluid. Maybe it won't make as much as it did when you were 20, 25, but it'll make some. You know, if you have some arthritic joints, it'll still make some, but you want to be careful. And to be your most careful, what do? We want to always contact our primary healthcare providers, be it our general practitioners, okay? Nurse practitioners, physician's assistant. If you've ever had an injury, your physical therapist, your occupational therapist who got you back on track, okay? Even your fitness coach at the gym, your nutritionist, your dietitian, your specialty doctors. You want to contact all of those people because those people are your healthcare team, right? It's a team effort. It's a collaborative effort, right? They form a circle around you. They are the atom, and you are the nucleus of the atom. You're the most important part, right? So you want to make sure that you always contact them, consult with them, speak with them before you start. And hopefully for most of us, it'll be restart, okay? Before you start, restart, change, or even stop or take a break from your exercise program, routine, or any activities that will help to better your health, okay? People say that your health is your wealth. Well, that is exactly true. Your health and your fitness are your wealth, okay? Your health and your fitness. Because people can be healthy, the numbers can be perfect, okay? But can you run up those flight of steps, okay? All right? So you can be healthy, but sometimes we gotta make sure that our fitness level is also in check. So as far as your health, yes, that's a degree of fitness, but are you fit? Are those arms kind of flappy and you know you could do some things to make them a little bit more toned, okay? You don't have to be perfect, and no matter what age you are, but do the best that you can for your age and for your fitness level, okay? Always remember, know what your maximum heart rate is for your age and your gender. Don't be out here trying to keep up with the Joneses, the Locklers, okay? The Woods, okay? The whoever's. Don't be trying to keep up with them. Your neighbor, your siblings, your friends, your enemies, your frenemies. Don't try to keep up with them when your fitness level may be totally different because you're totally different, okay? And don't always depend on the scale. Measure yourself. See what those inches are looking like, okay? Remember to always remember your starting place. Always document that, okay? After a couple of weeks to maybe a month, see what happens. If you have incorporated weights, don't be surprised if the scale hasn't moved. But be happy if you see that your inches have diminished, okay? You can have some shrinkage in the waist. You can have some shrinkage in the arms. And if you've incorporated a weight training, a weight resistance program as well, that is why the scale may not be moving, okay? Muscle, a pound of muscle is heavier than a pound of fat, all right? So don't be discouraged when you see that the scale isn't moving. Now, if you see that the scale isn't moving, the inches aren't diminishing, and you know you haven't been doing the things that you need to do to stick with the program, then you need to be more concerned with what you aren't doing, okay? Also with the things that you are doing that you shouldn't be doing, all right? Also with the things that you are doing that you shouldn't be doing. So, yes, I'm not one of those people who will say just don't pay attention to the scale. That would be ludicrous. You want to pay attention to the scale, but don't become obsessed with the scale. Don't become scale. Okay? For many people, half of it or more is in the diet. Half of it or more is in the diet. If they change the diet, change their nutrition, they'll see the improvements that they would like weight-wise. and then you just tone it up. Tone it up. And again, when you tone it up, don't scale. Focus on that tape measure. Measure those thighs, measure that waist, measure those arms. And if your arms are hard, or if you're top heavy, or if those thighs, it's just, they're a little slow about giving, or those hips, some people it's harder to lose in certain areas, okay? You cannot determine where you drop off fat. You cannot determine where the fat comes off, but you can determine where you're toned, okay? You can spot tone, okay? But you can't like reduce fat. If you might say, I want to lose this fat in my bottom. And guess what? The bottom stays juicy. You keep the junk in the trunk, but the arms get better and the waist gets better, or the belly gets better. Or you may want to lose the belly. A lot of people, especially as we age, the belly is the hardest part. So the arms may be great, the arms may be, the legs may be great, and the waist may even be fine, but that belly still pudges out, okay? And for ladies, that's whether you've had babies or not, okay? Sometimes that is the hardest. That has been known to be one of the hardest areas to lose weight. It is what it is, and that's not true for everybody, but it's true for a lot. So don't even worry about it. Just continue to work on it. And at some point, it's just going to be what it's going to be. It's just going to be what it's going to be. I see so many people who get so frustrated, and they make excuses for why. Now, sometimes those excuses are justified. Okay, if an excuse is an excuse, it's an excuse. Never try to use an excuse for a reason to justify what you're not doing. You've got to put in your work. I'm sorry about the wind, y'all. It feels so good, but I know it doesn't feel good to your ears because I cannot stand listening to people and that wind is hitting the speaker of the phone. It's so annoying. I ain't gonna even lie to you. It's so annoying. But hey, outside, it feels good. Enjoy. Okay? I just turn it down. Because what I want, the basis of this live is to get you to move. If you can walk and talk, you're doing great. Okay? If you can walk and talk, you're doing great. If you can just walk and you haven't just acquired that ability to walk and talk the way you would like, because just walk then. Because if you're trying to force the walk and talk, you're just going to get tired. You're going to get tired. Now, when we're walking and talking, we all can sound a little bit winded sometimes because we're trying to be a little bit brisk. So the most important part is the movement. Sometimes I hear people, they just sound like, whoo, you know? So they need to either, one, don't talk and just walk, which is the most important part. That's the crucial part. Or don't talk as much. Don't talk as much. Because you can have people who are just really in the greatest condition. They are well conditioned. And after a while, they're going to be a little bit winded when they're walking and talking. But sometimes it's like, whoa, just walk. You know, just walk. That's the most important part. Just walk. Just walk. And the more you walk, your endurance will increase. Your stamina will increase. Your fitness level will improve. And then you can incorporate the talking again, okay? You can incorporate the talking again. Once that endurance goes up, that stamina, you can incorporate the talking again, right? And some people just don't like to talk anyway. They can walk and talk 10 miles, but they'd rather just walk and focus on the goal at hand, you know? And that doesn't matter. Your goal can be weight loss. It could be just clearing your mind. It can be for physical fitness, mental fitness, emotional, spiritual, all of the above. Some people don't really walk for physical well-being or physical fitness. Some people truly walk because they need to release. That's their way of releasing. Yes, they're walking, but that's their way of relaxing and releasing mentally, physically, emotionally, and spiritually. Okay? So, if those are the reasons that, guess what? That often helps a lot of people. It often helps a lot of people. And And at the end of the day, it's still going to contribute to your fitness level. It's still going to contribute to your fitness level. So, if you don't want to talk, that's fine. Just walk. The walking is the most important part. If you can do both, that's great. If you could just walk, that's good. And whether you get up to walking and talking or not, guess what? The talking isn't really going to contribute to your fitness level. It's that walking, right? That movement. That's why I always say what? Keep moving. Keep moving consistently and be persistent about it. You have to be persistent. You have to be persistent about it. All right? And again, there's nothing wrong with taking a break. Some people, they do cardiovascular aerobic exercise every day of the week. Some people say, nah, I'm going to strive for 5. And that's a good thing, because if you miss a day or 2 then, at least you've done 3. And in my opinion, and my knowledge, and my training, 3 is the bare minimum. Okay? 3 is the bare minimum. Because a lot of people have worked up to such a great fitness level till they can drop it to 3. Okay? They can drop it to 3. Once they've gotten that weight to where they want it to be, once they're kind of if they're walking because of their mental health, their spiritual, emotional health, once they've gotten kind of to where they want to be, they can drop it to like 3. Now, I don't recommend below 3. I personally don't, but I do know that each person is different. Each body is different. So if you do 1 or 2, hey, you've done something. Don't be discouraged, okay? If you've done 1 or 2 days of exercise, you have done something. Don't be discouraged. Because the more you do something, usually the more you'll want to do it. Especially something that's positive, right? The more you do something that's positive, typically you tend to want to do it more, right? And like I said, if it becomes a lifestyle to you and for you, then yes, I always say 7 days a week. There's nothing wrong with it. 5 days a week, strive for 5. But once you've reached your goal, don't immediately drop, okay? Don't immediately drop the days that you exercise. Stick with what you've been doing. Don't do it as soon as you reach your goal. Keep doing what you've been doing for a while, and then slowly drop down. Instead of 7 days, 5 or 6. Instead of 5, 3 or 4. Okay? Like I said, I don't, in my opinion, everyone should work out at least 3 days a week. At least. But some people, due to their fitness level, the acquisitions of their goals, they may only do twice a week. But I'm saying, if you're starting out and you have goals that you have not reached yet, you're just now starting, 2 is definitely the bare minimum. Definitely. And I'm just saying that for anybody. But for me, I tell my people that I work with 3. Because if you can make time to be on social media for 2 hours a day, 3 hours a day, right? You should definitely be able to contribute to your own wellness and your health and your fitness, right? If you can make time for social media, and I'm not going to lie, most of us, me included, we're on social media probably at least 2 hours, right? Whether you're a content creator or, everybody doesn't like to be called a content creator. Some people just like to say that they go live, They don't like being called a content creator because it's not something that they are just like into. They just love it for the fun of it. So they do it every now and again whenever they have time. But a lot of times when you're watching people for hours, no ma'am, no ham, no sir, no him or her, okay? You could be doing something. You could be walking in place in your home. And so if you're going to watch it for that long, get up and put it on a stand or just let it sit on your bed and walk in place. Get on your treadmill and watch it that way. Get on your elliptical, get on your bicycle and watch it that way. If you're going to contribute 2 full hours to watching somebody, and then another hour to watching somebody else, and then another 30 minutes to watching a fourth person or or a third person, and then this many for a fourth person. How many times could you have gotten up and moved and kept those feet moving, kept those arms moving, consistent? Okay. We want to move the knees. Okay. Get up and march. We want to move the knees. Okay. We want to move the arms as we're walking. That's why I often switch hands with the phone. We want to move. I don't like the thing that goes around your neck with the phone, because I have one that's really sturdy, but it's annoying. It feels annoying. And before then, I had one that wasn't too sturdy, so it feels annoying. So I just use my hand, and I do hand exercises. So many people get on these phones all day. Thumb, 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 thumb. Hand is crotched holding the phone. Do some hand exercises to release that stiffness that's acquired by holding that phone the way that you're holding that phone. Okay? Use items at home to work out. You don't have to go to the gym. If you can't afford the gym membership, or if you just don't want to spend that money, you would like to, keep that money for something more that you feel like that's more important. Well, nothing is more important than your health, but I get it. Nothing is more important than your health, but I get it. Spending money at the gym can be, it can be a little financially debilitating. So, you can get those canned goods at home. You can go to Walmart, get the cheap weights. Go to some of the sporting goods stores to get you a set of cheap weights. Well, they may not be that cheap at the sporting goods store, but you can do that. You can use the canned goods. I have a short today. Check out the short. I'm using they're not quite a pound, like the 14-ounce canned goods. I think I used cranberry sauce as I did my workout. I used some of those bed elevators. Those, I don't know the exact name, but you can elevate your bed if you want your bed a little bit higher. I take those things around the house and use those things to work out with. Okay? You got a 5-pound bag of sugar, flour, meal. Use those things. Incorporate those things into your workout. And if you do want to buy something, invest in something that's cardiovascular. Invest in both. Like I said, the weights are cheap at Walmart. I guess people are saying nothing's cheap these days, and that's true. But for the time that we're in right now, the weights are cheap. With the prices that are fluctuating right now, weights are cheap. So get you some weights, cheap weights. Okay, the dollar store maybe has weights. All right, the 5 below or the 10 below. Get you some weights. Get you some cheap stuff. And instead of paying, even if your gym membership is just $10 a month, right? Hey, spend you $50 to get your own little gym, and that's still $50 saved. That's $50 saved. Instead of going there, it's right there. But if you know that you're a person who you'll see your exercise equipment sitting right there looking at you and you're not going to get on it, then go ahead and go to the gym. Okay? Go ahead and go to the gym. These gym memberships are really, really inexpensive right now, depending on the gym. And they will be really inexpensive after the new year, right? Because they're waiting on people who are going to make those New Year's resolutions to lose weight, right? So the gym memberships drop. Take advantage of a really inexpensive gym membership. And it's never too late, and it's never too early to get started. You got some people right now who are saying, after the holidays, after I eat everything I want, I'm going to start working out more and start eating better. You can start doing that today. And when the holidays roll around, hey, just pig out a little bit. Don't overdo it. Because what do I always say over here? I always say moderation is key. Moderation is key, right? Moderation is key. Moderation is crucial. But we can have our times where we just kind of splurge, okay? We splurge. We know that we're not going to do it all the time. I know people that I train right now. Hey, Easter, for Easter, 4th of July, Labor Day, Thanksgiving, Christmas Day, splurge. And let me throw in a wedding or two during the year. They splurge. And there's nothing wrong with that. If they only exercise 5 days a week, they throw in an extra day. Some of them are really on top of counting their calories. Some people, they do that. Everybody doesn't like counting calories, but some people do, right? So even if they don't count them really strategically and they're not really strict about it, they do a general count, it keeps them on track. It keeps them on track. So yes, you can count your calories. Keep up with what you're eating. It's okay to splurge. Some people have a cheat day, and even on their cheat day, they do good. I respect that. On their cheat day, they do good. I can respect that. Because on their cheat day, it may be that they're just going to eat some fried chicken wings and broccoli. You know, the broccoli right there is keeping them on track. Okay? Fried chicken wings, broccoli, maybe a little corn on the cob, a little bit of smart balance, or butter or buttery spread of your choice. Now, some people might say that doesn't sound like a cheat day, but it does. You got those fried wings, don't you? And even better yet, you can throw them in the air fryer. Throw them in the air fryer. You can bake them. Bake them. You're still cheating a little bit if you put some sauce on them, because we know sauce has a lot of sugar. Usually the barbecue sauces, different sauces have a lot of sugar, you know, so you can still, even on your cheat day, eat fairly healthy. Even on your cheat day, you can eat fairly healthy. And listen, it's not just the food that stresses you out. It's not just the, it's not just the food that makes you gain all that weight. Sometimes it's the stress. All right? Sometimes it's the stress. That's why we say what? Don't let bothered people bother you. Don't let stressed people stress you out. Because sometimes it's the stress. And that stress can lead to what? Overeating. And not only just overeating will allow you to pick up the pounds. Stress can make you sedentary. If you're sedentary, what? You're not eating the way you should. All right? It may not even be that you're eating too much. If you're sedentary, your metabolism is slowing down. You want your metabolism to stay up, you got to be active. Now, we always say that young people, their metabolism is just up, it's just a natural thing. But let me tell you, some young people who are sedentary, their metabolism isn't as high as we would think it would be, okay? Their metabolism isn't as high as we'd expect. Now you got, for the most part, young people, their metabolisms are like through the roof, through the sky, right? But usually they're doing something, running around in school, doing stuff after school, participating in extracurricular activities, sports, cheerleading, and stuff like that. So they're doing something. But you do have some young people who don't do any of that. They get up, they go to school. You don't have to be fast in the hallways, fast enough to get to class within 5 or 6 minutes. That's about it. They come home, you know, and at PE at school, PE nowadays, they aren't making kids do what they used to do. So you would at least think, well, my kid's going to run around some in school. In PE, if these kids want to sit down now, they sit down. And you better not tell them to get up because their parents are going to get mad. So they don't really do much at school. Then they come home, they don't really do much. So, yeah. So it's not just the overeating that can, you know, add weight onto you. Just being sedentary and not doing much. Now, again, most young people, even the ones that don't participate in sports, their metabolism is through the sky. But if stress is involved, a lot of stress, then that can contribute to weight gain. It can contribute to not being able to drop the weight. Even for children. Not just kids, not just adults who are stressed out. Teenagers and kids who are stressed out often have a hard time dropping weight. And we all have stressors. Kids have the stress of just going to school, doing their work, trying to be good, trying not to get into trouble, having peers and trying to fit in with the clique and all this stuff. That's stressful. That's stressful. So even for the ones who do participate in sports and stuff, that can be stressful. And that can cause you to have problems with, maintaining a healthy weight. Maintaining a good mental, having a good mental status, like their mental status is good. Those things can, and just like they may have trouble dropping weight, some people have trouble gaining weight because they're stressed out. Some people have trouble gaining weight because they're stressed out, right? So what? Don't let stressed people stress you out. Don't let bothered people bother you. And what? If you find yourself in a misery lounge, what do I tell you all the time? Make your way up out of there. Of course, when you first go in, everything is hunky-dory. They're giving you nice snacks. The scenery is nice. They got the big screen TVs on the wall, just like if you're out at a sports bar. 3 or 4 different TVs. You got 3 or 4 different options. There's people in there, and everybody is vibing. Those are some talking to these, and these talking to those, and those talking to some, or some just chilling, right? But then the next day you go in there, it's a little bit chaotic, but it doesn't involve you. The next couple of days, it's chill again. That 4th, 5th day, it's chaotic, and you got wolves coming out of sheep's clothing, trying to involve you in the chaos. Get up out of there. Get up out of there. Leave that lounge and go back to your happy place, your happy lounge, your happy spot, your happy home, where you may not be happy all the time, but you don't have to deal with the foolishness of someone you don't know or someone who presented themselves to be someone that they're not. Okay? And maybe they are who they are, and maybe they did present themselves to be who they are, but you just didn't think that you would see a certain side. Just leave. G-Y-G-A-G. Grab your grip and go. Grab your grip and go. That's it, and that's all. And that's the same, it goes the same way if you find some of those wolves in sheep's clothing in your home, in your spot, on your platform, within your chat. Get them out of there. Get them out of there. Get them out of there. Because a lot of times, people will come to your spot, your platform, your lounge, because they see that it's all easy breezy and hunky-dory, and they start to think that you're easy. They see it's sweet and nice, and they start to think that you're sweet and nice. And you probably are. But it doesn't mean you can't come out of a bag or you can't come out of character. And a lot of times, people are trying to get you to come out of character. And sometimes you just may have to. It is what it is. But don't allow those bothered people to bother you. You come out of your bag if you have to, and then you go back in. And you go back to doing you. You clean house, and you go back to being you. And especially on these platforms. People on these platforms have a lot of different unseen motives, okay? They'll tell you they don't care about this, they don't want this, and the next thing you know, they're all about that. They're all about that. So you don't even have to distance yourself. I don't even call it, sometimes people say they have to distance themselves from people. No, you don't have to distance yourselves from people. That's not good enough. Get those scissors and cut. Not distance. Distance, you're still within reach. You're still around each other. You're still trying to be. No, you don't have to, put distance between you. Cut. Put a cut between you. Cut each other off, right? Cut each other off. I always tell kids, some of these grown people, it's so crazy how all they have to do is leave each other alone. But they just can't. They just won't. They just don't because they don't want to. They don't want to. It ain't nothing to snip, snip, snip. Snip, snip, snip. Okay? Snip, snip, snip. So you don't really have to keep your distance. Any more than if you happen to be in the same area, a lounge somewhere, a spot, a place, a platform, then you still don't have to keep your distance, right? You just see and don't see. You see and don't see. I always wonder what my grandparents and my parents meant when they used to say that. I'm like, see and don't see. If you see it, you see it. Yeah, if you see it, you see it, but you don't have to pay it any attention. You don't have to give it any energy. You don't have to act on it, no matter how it's made you feel. And usually something that you don't want to see, you don't want to act on, you don't want to acknowledge, it's made you feel bad. So you see and don't see. You see and don't see. Y'all know sometimes people don't like to see and don't see. When you see and don't see, guess what? You don't have to acknowledge it all. It doesn't have to be a subliminal. It doesn't have to be a silent dig. It doesn't have to be anything. You see and don't see. Especially when it's someone that's nothing to you. So stop stressing yourself out. Stop being bothered. Stop stressing yourself out. Stop being bothered. Stop wondering. Wonder about the people that are close to you. Wonder about the people you've grown up with. Wonder about the people you were raised with. Wonder about a classmate that you fell out with and you really maybe can't even remember what you fell out about. And even if you can remember, it was something that's stupid. You haven't spoken for years, but when you were speaking, you were the best of friends, or you had a fun time together. And you see them as an adult and you still don't even speak to them. They don't speak to you. Now, if they did something really, really harsh, of course. But you even have people who work out the harsh things that they've done to each other. If you can work harsh things out with strangers, you should definitely be able to work those things out with your family and friends who should mean the most to you. Because the other people don't mean anything. They don't mean anything. Take care of yourselves. Take care of yourselves because you gotta take care of your families. We always put family first, especially those children and grandchildren, for those who have grandchildren. And even the parents, you put your parents first. Sometimes you even put your siblings first. And even if you're not really putting them first, you're just trying to be there for them. And there's nothing wrong with that. There's absolutely nothing wrong with that. You should. But you gotta You gotta make sure that you're taking care of yourself. You got to make sure that you're taking care of yourself so that you will be able to continue to take care of them. So, take care of yourselves, guys. Lubricate those joints, okay? Work that body, make sure you don't hurt that body. And don't overextend trying to be like the next person. Trying to be like someone you don't even know. You don't even know their background. You don't know their history. They could be a former athlete. They could be a former coach. They could actually be a coach now. They could be a trainer. They could be a fitness coach. They could be certified and licensed. And that's why we say over here in Lion's Pride, do everything over here, anything that you do over here, anything that you see me do or hear me say, you can best believe it's been certified. And we also have to get continuing education every couple of years, and depending on your field, every year. So that's why I always tell you guys to be careful who you listen to. Some people just think they can just throw it out there. Contact your doctor. Okay? That's something we really, really know. But sometimes we're doing things on here and we're saying certain things, and the things that we're saying, the things that we're doing, the masses are seeing them. Even if you don't see one person in the chat, it's on YouTube now. You never know who will see it, what age, what gender, and all that. What fitness level. So always make sure that anything that you hear over here, you hear me say or you see me do so at your own risk. And my personalized professional disclaimer to you is contact your primary health care providers. Do everything at your own risk. You know your body better than anybody on a platform. Listen to your body. Have those discussions. Okay? And people will respect you more if you yourself are going to the doctor, getting your checkups, getting your screenings, and things like that. They will respect you more because you're coming from a place of do as I do, not do as I say, and then you aren't even doing it yourself. Okay? I see quite a few doing certain things. They picked up on it. They hear somebody else say it, and they run with it. When was the last time they went for a checkup? They'll tell you years, but they're telling you to go and consult your doctor. That's crazy. That's ludicrous. I'm not going to ask anybody or tell anybody to do anything that I wouldn't do. So make sure that when you're listening to people, when you're talking to people, when you're getting advised by people, okay, that what they're telling you, that they would do it. Okay? Over here we drop nuggets. We drop nuggets. Sometimes you guys come into the chat and you drop nuggets. We're telling each other things that work for us. But we have the common sense, the natural born God-given sense to know to pick up these nuggets that might help us, our family, friends, even if it can't help you, your acquaintances, people in the grocery store. Even if it can't help you, maybe it can help somebody else. But always let them know that they need to research. They need to research it even before their next doctor's appointment. Research, gather as much information as they can, and then discuss it with their primary health care provider, their MDs, their medical doctors, general practitioners, GPs, CRNPs, certified registered nurse practitioners, PAs, physician's assistants, not medical assistants, physician's assistants. Now, you can talk to a medical assistant. They do work in the medical field. But make sure that you research yourself. Have yourself armed with some knowledge when you go to your doctor's office. I know that they are fast, they're in there, they're in and out, but let them know, especially if you have some numbers you want to try and get down, let them know that you've seen some things, you've read some things, you've researched some things, and you may have to kind of do an outline and pick out the most important things that you need to know, and you need to consult with them about, because they are on the move. They're on the move. They're in your room, they're going to the next room. They're in your room, they're going to the next room, which I wish that wasn't the case, because that's why some people are, kind of leery about going. They feel like they aren't going to be listened to. So if you are ever in the presence of a healthcare provider that you feel like is not listening to you, or is not grasping what you're saying, what you're asking, what you're researching, the knowledge that you're trying to acquire, then there's nothing wrong with getting another doctor, a second opinion, another nurse practitioner, another healthcare provider with credentials. Okay? One who can assess, diagnose, treat, and follow up, evaluate with you. Okay? Over here in Lions Pride, we do not professionally, medically, or clinically assess, diagnose, treat, or have any formal evaluations with anyone. We let you know that whatever you see us do over here, or say, do so at your own risk. That's why you pick up the nuggets. We share nuggets with each other. We research those nuggets, and we talk to our healthcare team. So the most important thing is to get up and get moving. Even if you have a doctor's appointment later on, you don't have to really call them. Do some of the easiest exercises you can do, such as the walking, the jump roping, the skipping, the bicycle. Do some of those easy things. And what do we want to always do? When people are just saying things because they hear somebody else, because you'll catch them on another video, and then they won't do what they suddenly started to tell you to do like 2 weeks ago. Let me tell you, people are so funny. But I want you guys to make sure you stretch before and after. Before and after starting your routine. Before starting your workout exercises. Okay? Whatever exercises you're going to do for your workout that day, any day, make sure that you stretch before and after. If necessary, stretch in between. Whenever those muscles start to feel like they're tightening up on you, stretch in between. Before, after, and if necessary, in between. What do we do over here? I always equate exercise to something, right? So, we want the word radar. We want to stretch, that's the R. Warm up, that's the A. Exercise, that's D. Cool down, that's A. And stretch, that's the last R. Start with stretching, end with stretching, okay? What did I say my warm-up is? It's my appetizer. My workout is my entree, right? My warm-up is my appetizer, my workout is my entree, and my cool down is my dessert. And most days of the week, I come on here and do a second dessert with you guys in the walk when we walk and talk. When we walk and talk. So I like to equate things to things. Use those R words every day, throughout the day. Use those R words every day, throughout the day. Right? You want to rest, relax, release, relate to the things that you can, resolve the issues that you can. Okay? If you can't relate to something, you will eventually. And if you don't, it'll be okay. It'll be okay. You can resolve things. If you can't, that's okay. Sometimes certain things, certain issues may not be, there may not be a resolution. The resolution is just to, same thing with people, just go on. Just go on. That's the resolution, right? Reset, refocus, right? Reevaluate some things, right? Regroup, right? And restart. There are so many R words that can get you back into a better place, that can get your mindset into a better place. There are so many R words that can do that. So utilize those R words. Another important word over here is self. S-E-L-F. Self-love, self-conditioning, self-motivation. You don't need anybody else to motivate you. I know it's nice to have someone to motivate you, but if you truly feel like there's no one in your corner, look in the mirror. What did Michael Jackson say? Start with the man in the mirror. Motivate yourself. Motivate yourself. You don't need, that's just like when people ask people to pray for them. You got to be certain about who you want praying for you, right? You got to be certain about who you want praying for you. I heard a person say, tell a person they were going to pray for them anyway. I was like, wow, don't even worry about it. At that point, the only thing for you to do is pray off any bad energy that they think that they're sending your way, right? That's it. That's all. So again, take care of yourselves. Thank you guys for joining the live. Miss Jazzy, Miss Key Kitchen, and anybody else. I saw a few people that maybe didn't comment. You can leave a comment in the replay if you would like. But if I just saw the number and I didn't see you, I don't know that you were here. Okay? But I appreciate you for the view. All right? I appreciate you for the view. Oh, what is that? Y'all, look, I had to stop. I saw something. I saw paper. Y'all know how much money I have found walking? I have found so much money walking. I found a $20 bill balled up. You have to be careful about picking up money though, okay? You have to be careful about picking up money. All right? See, I keep a bag. That's why I keep this bag on my side. Because I can just reach in there and get a glove and pick up the money. Because I ain't leaving no money. Now, if it's a stash, I ain't messing with it. I ain't messing with no stash just sitting somewhere. But if it's like $20, balled up, something like that, a few dollars, pick that money up, take it home and wash it. Take it home and wash it. If you're inside a department store or something like that, turn it in. Don't know if the person will come back looking for it. The cashier may end up keeping it. But you'll know that you did what you were supposed to do, right? But if it's just kind of out in the parking lot, out in the street, hey, check your surroundings, make sure the coast is clear, make sure it's safe. If you don't have a glove, get something and pick it up, okay? Ball it up. Because, yeah, people try to, get your attention by using money, but it is the holiday season and people are dropping money, unintentional. So if you find something on a piece of grass or on some of this stuff right here or on the ground, hey, pick it up. Pick it up. Now, if it's a money bag, you better take it to the police, okay? Take it to the police. I know some of y'all are saying the police ain't gonna do nothing but keep it, and you might be right. You might be right. Because at some point, what else can they do? They're just gonna probably, if nobody reports it missing, nobody is looking for it, they're gonna probably just put it over in your town's community stash. But some of them probably will keep it. Who knows? Just be careful in all that you do. Keep your head on a swivel, okay? Like an owl. Like an owl. Keep your head on a swivel like an owl. I wish you guys peace, positivity, and prosperity. And you know why? Because without peace, there is chaos usually. You have those times where it may not be completely peaceful and it may not be chaotic. It's kind of like that in between, nothing too brash, not as quiet as you would like for it to be. So yeah, you do have that in between kind of sometimes. But for the most part, it's not peace, there's chaos. It's not positivity, there's negativity. And wherever chaos and negativity live, roam, and ride together, you fail to prosper to your fullest potential. Get out of that environment. Get out of that environment. So we're going to finish up this walk, y'all, and I'm done. I will see you guys tomorrow, if it's the Lord's will, on the next Let's Walk and Talk and Let's Pride. It'll be Tuesday. Will it be Taco Tuesday for you? Will it be Talk to Me Tuesday? Talk About It Tuesday? Tantalizing Tuesday? What kind of Tuesday will it be? Or will it just be a tempered down Tuesday? So thank you guys for coming. I will see you guys next time. Bye, y'all.